Today, we're taking the pulse of India's tech scene, and we're looking at how it's not just about gadgets and code, but about how technology is fundamentally weaving itself into daily life and even ancient traditions. Let's jump right in.
It's a question we all think about. It goes way beyond the headlines, right? It touches everything: our jobs, our communities, our habits. And in a country with over 1 billion people, the answers are, well, they're complex, often surprising, and happening incredibly fast.
And that's why we're focusing on India today. The sheer scale and speed of what's happening there tells a really unique story. We've picked out 5 key news items that I think perfectly capture this powerful transformation. Okay, first up, you knew it was coming: AI. It's the ultimate double-edged sword, right? On one side, it's creating incredible opportunities, but on the other, it's bringing some serious new challenges. Let's start with the good news. So AI is fueling an absolute job boom. Just look at these numbers. AI-related job postings have been surging, and in September, they made up nearly 12% of all tech listings. That is a massive shift, and it's creating this huge demand for new skills, completely reshaping the workforce.
But here's the other side of that coin. That same amazing technology is being used to create those hyper-realistic fake videos, deepfakes, and to spread all kinds of misinformation. And this isn't some far-off theoretical problem. It's a real threat to trust and safety right now.
So the Indian government is stepping in. They're proposing new rules built around one simple idea: transparency. The idea is to require clear, impossible-to-miss labels on any AI-generated content. So for images, a label has to cover at least 10% of the picture. For audio, you'd hear an identifier right at the start. The whole point is to give you, the user, more context so you know if what you're seeing or hearing is actually real. Now, that whole AI debate is a perfect example of how tech policy is being shaped inside India. But tech, as we all know, is global. So next, we're going to zoom out to see how a decision made halfway across the world can impact thousands of careers. And then we'll zoom right back in to see how tech is changing our most personal, everyday habits. This number, $100,000. This recently sent absolute shockwaves through the Indian tech community. It was a proposed fee for new H-1B visas, which is a critical path for Indian tech professionals to work in the US. You can imagine the uncertainty this created for thousands of careers. But then, thankfully, the US government came out and clarified things. They said this huge fee wouldn't apply to people who already have visas or are just renewing them. I mean, you could almost hear the collective sigh of relief from the entire Indian IT industry. It's just a perfect reminder of how deeply connected our global tech economy really is. Okay, so from global careers, let's get personal. We are all living in what's called the attention economy. Basically, every app on your phone is in a constant war for your eyeballs. That endless scroll, that's you paying with your attention. And it's starting to raise some really serious questions about our digital well-being. And because of that, we're starting to see the platforms themselves respond. Take YouTube. In India, they rolled out a new feature for Shorts that lets you set daily watch limits. It's a small change, sure, but it's a major acknowledgement from a tech giant that they have a role to play in helping us build healthier digital habits. All right, our last story might be the most fascinating one of all. It's about what happens at the intersection of faith and technology, where ancient traditions are meeting modern algorithms in some really, really unexpected ways. 300%. That's the mind-blowing year-on-year growth that one faith tech startup in India just reported. This isn't some tiny niche market anymore. It is absolutely booming. So what on earth is going on here? Well, it turns out that these faith tech startups are using AI to offer digital spiritual services, everything from online consultations to AI-driven astrology. And this trend just skyrockets during festive seasons because people want to connect with their traditions in a way that feels modern and accessible. It's such a powerful example of how technology isn't replacing culture, it's finding new ways to fit right into it. So let's recap. We've seen an AI job boom and new rules to control it. We've seen a global visa scare, digital well-being features, and even the rise of AI astrologers. These things seem totally disconnected, right? But what happens when we try to connect the dots? Let's zoom out and see the bigger picture. When you put it all together, a few key things stand out. First, AI is clearly this powerful force for both opportunity and risk, and it needs to be managed carefully. Second, tech's impact is incredibly wide, affecting everything from our international careers to our most private habits. And maybe most importantly,
technology isn't this one-size-fits-all thing. It adapts, and it gets shaped by local culture in really fascinating ways, with India being right at the center of that evolution. And that kind of brings us to the final big question: the challenges and the innovations that we've just talked about. Things like regulating AI, managing the attention economy, figuring out how to merge tech with tradition. These are issues the entire world is grappling with. So, as India works through its own complex digital age, you have to wonder, is it creating a blueprint for the rest of us? Now that's a thought worth chewing on. Thanks for joining me.